Man, there's just no end to these guys. These guys don't quit. I almost got burned. Somebody's gonna pay for all this. Jeez Louise, what is that? No!
Are you okay? Something's wrong. I don't see anything. Oh, no!
Okay, guys, it's time for us to go now. We're heading out. I could use some help here. What's he saying? Uh-oh. Huh? What? Why now? Ah! Be careful, it's a trap!
Hello everyone, this is Shadow Mario 41, and welcome back to Let's Play.
Aim for the open spot.
Welcome back to
Do a barrel roll.
Are you done? Thank you. Welcome back to Let's Play 5.
What the heck?
Okay, I get it. These quotes are very funny. These jokes have been done to death. But if you could just leave me alone for a few minutes so I can get this chapter done, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you, Team Star Fox. Welcome back to Chapter 22X, Genesis, an appropriately named chapter for this time of year because it's almost Christmas time. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus, Happy everything. You know, happy holidays. I hope you just take this time to enjoy it with your family and friends, as Eliwood and the crew are doing right now, because he doesn't really have much of a choice. The whole party just sort of wandered into a conveniently placed plot pit. They're just here now, stuck in this pit, this ancient ruin, and we have no idea how to get out of here. It's kind of funny because this is one of the only chapters that doesn't have any storyline before that little chapter intro screen, because there really is no additional story to tell. This is a side chapter, of course, unlocked by, in the previous chapter, chapter 22, Living Legend. You have to first recruit Hawkeye, and then you have to accumulate a total of 700 experience points or more between all of your units. Now, there's a few effective strategies to make sure that that happens. The first is to heal continuously with Priscilla. The second is to make sure you keep dancing with Ninian on almost every turn if you can. And the third is to rescue Pen as soon as possible and get him out of the way, because his experience that he earns does not count towards that 700 point total. And Pen, if he's just left there to fend for himself, will do exactly that and will kill everyone. So you want to make sure that all of that experience goes to your units, which is beneficial anyway, over Pen, and that'll allow you to unlock this side chapter. And this side chapter, by the way, is huge for experience, so you really want to make sure that you access this chapter. Really not all that hard either, and it's a great chapter to get some extra experience points. So I love this line too. They're nearby, I can't see them, but I can sense them, so everyone else must be okay. And Eliwood's like, oh yeah, that's good. Alright, I'm sure everyone's fine, no worries. I'm just gonna trust this random kid. Do you know where we are? I wonder how we get out of here. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering the same thing. You know, if you think about it, the quest could come to a grinding halt here if we're just wandering along in the middle of the desert, which I advise not to go to, by the way. And we just stumble upon this pit, fall inside, and we're just trapped forever. And it would be like, well, that's great. Now we can't do anything. Now the world is doomed. But kind of a strange, unsettling feeling that we're experiencing in this pit here. I felt it before, back on Valor. You mean the Dread Isle, says Nils. Of course. We have to remind everyone. It's actually kind of nice when games do that. You know what series really does that very well? Is Game of Thrones. There's a lot of complicated lore and locations and character names, but almost everyone has a nickname that you can kind of remember, and eventually over time you associate it with that character. So Fire Emblem does a really good job of that as well, of saying Valor, and you're like, well, where the hell is Valor? There's been so many names and so many locations. Oh, crap, a magic seal. That you remember that, oh yeah, Valor is the Dread Isle, as they brought up right there, which is where we were. So that's actually a really good thing, a really good little subtle thing, but something that reminds us as the audience as to what is going on. And yes, as Pent just broke the news, a magic seal is going to be here, and not just any magic seal, our good old friend Kishuna that I thought we killed and got rid of in chapter 19X, or 18X, I forget which one it was. But I don't think so. I think he is back once more. Remember, he doesn't really die. He kind of just escapes. So we'll be dealing with him once more in this chapter, a magic seal. This is the second of 3 Kishuna chapters in this game. They're all side chapters, and they do give a little bit more backstory as to Nurgle's ultimate ambitions and things like that. Unfortunately, since we're playing Eliwood's story instead of Hector's story, and of course, Hector's story is unlocked. Uh-oh, something's happening. Hector's story is something is happening. He called some friends. Uh-oh. Because Hector's story is unlocked after Eliwood's mode anyway, so you have to finish Eliwood's mode first, but only 2 of the 3 Kishuna chapters can be accessed in Eliwood's mode. The 3rd is exclusive to Hector's mode, so we will not be able to play that, unfortunately, in this main playthrough. But when I go back and do Hector's mode, you'd be damn sure that we're going to see that 3rd Kishuna chapter. He summoned them here. I'm beginning to suspect the magic seal created this place, this ancient, mysterious temple in the middle of nowhere. If we kill him, can we get out of here, says Hawkeye. It's like, well, perhaps. Then we fight. If they have strength, then we'll match their strength and challenge them. I hope we won't just match their strength. I hope we'll surpass their strength. This is exactly my sentiment right now. This chapter is great for experience, and as a player of a video game, of course you want to get this chapter and you want to have all this stuff happen. But from a plot standpoint, we don't have time for all this nonsense. I wish Lynn had that attitude back in Lynn's story. If you remember, we were running around and saving villagers and like, oh, let's save these people from these bandits. Oh, and we better make sure that we take this random diversion and get this ring back, because otherwise, I don't know, the whole quest to save everyone might be doomed. No, we need to stick to our main quest and not get distracted by all these things. Unfortunately, at this juncture, we don't really have a choice, so we need to make sure that we clear out all of these enemies and finish off Kishuna once and for all, even though we won't be able to do that. But we're going to try. So select those who will go with us and choose carefully, says Hawkeye. Because if you notice that on this map, all of the enemy units are promoted units, all level 5 promoted units, and they are all pretty tough. I mean, not that tough for being at their level 5, like a level 5 general with those stats is kind of crappy, but still much, much, much more threatening than units that we've faced already up to this point. So we need to make sure that we pick the best to go with us. These are probably the units I'm going to be taking. I did preparations beforehand, but in any case, what kind of sucks about this chapter is that you are limited in the number of units. You have to take Eliwood, you have to take Hawkeye, and in hard mode, you only get 6 more to choose from. So I'll be right back after the combat preparations are done. Alright, we're just about ready to start Chapter 22X Genesis. Do you think it's a coincidence that a chapter named Genesis right around Christmas time? Well, it is. But it sounds nice if I say that I planned it out that way. It does sound nice, doesn't it? Of course, I'm going to deploy Merlinus here, and Eliwood's going to be like, are you ready, everyone? Let's try not to get separated. Let's do everything possible so that we don't get separated, and all of a sudden we're separated. Who could have seen that coming? The wall! He's responsible, says Hawkeye. So yes, not only are you restricted to 8 units in this chapter, 2 of them have to be Eliwood and Hawkeye. One of them probably has to be a thief with all the chests in this chapter. One of them probably has to be a healer. So you're only down to 4 units that you get to choose, and you're then further split into 2 groups of 4 instead of 1 group of 8 units. Oh my goodness. What will a Dungeons & Dragons player tell you is the #1 bad thing that can happen to a party besides dying in a dungeon? It's being separated. Don't split the party. That's like the role-playing game mantra, and all of a sudden we're separated. So that's just fantastic. Now, all of that being said, as much as as much as the chapter is weighted against us here, this is actually one of my favorite chapters in the game for reasons that I'll get into a little bit. Let me get started here with Legault opening this door here. Now we have to bring one thing to notice. There's 3 chests in this chapter. This sniper is sitting on top of another one. There's a bunch of doors, and it is possible that you may not have enough keys to open all the doors without bringing a thief along. So you really want to make sure you have a thief with a lockpick that has like more than 5 uses or so. So I have one with 12 now, so that's plenty. I'm going to have Lowen sit here and equip the heavy spear. Eliwood move down here and break this wall here. So there's a lot going on in this chapter. We have the return of our favorite magic seal, actually the only magic seal, so therefore our favorite. It's Kishuna sitting here, but his stats this time, they don't look as unreasonable anymore. Remember when we first encountered them? I got so lucky that I killed him. And it was like, how am I supposed to face off against that thing? That's so far beyond anything I've faced so far. And now it's really not. Now it's like, all right, you know, he's tough, but that's kind of manageable if I get the chance to face him. Spoilers, I won't. But anyway, that doesn't look all that scary anymore. So that's really interesting in this chapter. And another reason why I really, really love this chapter is because it's so unlike other chapters in the game with the challenge that it presents. In this chapter, you're facing off against a bunch of, I have to use the steel lance because the other thing won't give me quite enough damage. You're facing off against a bunch of level 5 promoted units. Normal enemies that are far beyond and far better than the units that we face so far as normal enemies. Like, just remember to the last chapter, we're facing brigands and wyvern riders, and really nothing up to this caliber of enemy. However, the enemies don't try to swarm you. They actually don't, like, all try to converge on your position and all attack. Rather, they're in these isolated chambers, and they each present their own unique challenge. For example, this general down here, you know, he's a level 5 general. His stats aren't, like, outstanding for a level 5 general, but they are far beyond what we've faced so far from normal enemies. So you have to use your 4 units here and think of how we can take that down. And then once you do, you can then move on to the next unit and say, okay, here's a bishop, level 5. He has shine. All these enemies, by the way, have, like, pretty unique items. They don't have the standard fare. This guy has silver weapons, a light brand. We have a spear over there, a silver axe and hand axe. So all these kind of unique items, but we have to think of how can we face that with only 4 units? How can I do the best I can against these types of enemies? And I'm probably going to take some damage, and how do I repair and get ready for the next challenge? And that challenge in this chapter is what makes it so special, because very few chapters in Fire Emblem, not even just this game, but in the series in general, challenge you in that way to think of how can I take on this one enemy and then move on to take on this one enemy. It's usually how can I take on this whole big group of crappy swordsmen that over time do like 2 damage, 3 damage, and then it all accumulates and you find yourself in trouble. So by being one of the more unique chapters in the game, not to mention a great chapter to earn extra experience, because each of these things is going to dish out like 70 experience points when you kill it, it really becomes one of my favorite chapters in the game because it's so unique. And it's so well designed, too. Speaking of its design, Hawkeye is a key element in this chapter being the way it is. And you may be like, what? Why? Why Hawkeye? Oh, good. Just enough points. Just enough points to finish that thing off. Lowen has to finish that thing off, too. But I think I'm going to use Florina first. Let's have Florina do it first. Here we go. Just exactly right. So that works out well. So you're like, why is Hawkeye so important? Good dodge there, too. Dodging the shine attack. But with Hawkeye, it allows the player, it gives the player an option to choose their own level of difficulty. Not a bad level up. Capping speed is Florina and gaining strength. I'm glad strength went up as well. So now, let me get rid of this steel lance. Now you can see speed capped at 20, just like Guy. Guy also has 20 speed. My units are fast. That's good. That can double attack. But it allows the player to select their own level of difficulty. Because think about it. If you are a novice player and you stumble upon this chapter by, say, you know, just dancing over and over with Nini in the last chapter, or by whatever means you found this chapter, look at that level up for Lowen, a great level up, 5 stats with speed going and resistance. It's like, what? So that's, oh, good, fantastic. That's quite a change in my luck there. There we go. All right, good. Let's get rid of that thing with Hawkeye, and now let's use Legault to finally take out this character here. I should be able to do it with, oh, let's see if we can get a flashy critical. That would be so nice. Flashy critical with a killing edge, perhaps? Perhaps? No, not quite. So we'll have to wait till next turn, but that's okay. That's okay. This druid can't do anything. Something to keep in mind, though, is if you leave this space unblocked here, this one space entryway right up here, then the druid could move out and then start using some magic. So that could be actually quite dangerous. But anyway, with Hawkeye, you have the imagine if you got in this chapter, you got in this situation with units that were pretty crappy. Like, for whatever reason, you're a novice player and you decided to rely more on things like Marcus or Isadora, or you just leveled up Eliwood to the max and just had to keep getting kills anyway, even though it didn't give you any extra experience, just to continue to get, flashy kills and make things easy. And then you wound up in a chapter like this. A chapter where you're facing off against units that are far beyond and far better than what you faced before, and you quite simply don't have the amount of units or you don't have the caliber of units that is required to overcome a challenge such as this. Well, in that instance, this chapter becomes almost a dead end in the game, and it becomes very frustrating for the player because after all their work, because the Fire Emblem is so Nuzlocke in its nature, you get all this way, and then all of a sudden you're at a dead end, so you can't really do anything, and you have a lot of frustration in clearing this chapter, and people end up turning the game off because it's so difficult. For that reason, this is such a well-designed decision to have Hawkeye recruitable at the point that he is. So very, very good in that design. Not a fan of the fact that Wrath missed right there, but that's okay. I should be able to come in with Dart with the Iron Axe and get a good hit here. I'm gonna have to use Dart another turn to finish off that Sage, but that should be okay. Now, I'm not really liking my chances here with taking on this Druid by using Wrath. I was originally going to use the Wrath to take on the Druid, but I know this Druid has Luna, and that Druid is particularly dangerous. Look at that critical, 25 critical. So you have to be very careful of that. So by allowing the player to choose their own difficulty, that's what makes Hawkeye such a valuable addition to this group. It's not just an accident. It really wasn't. And something else that's notable in this chat, actually, you know what I want to do? I want to get the key all the way up to Lowen. So something else notable in this chapter is I actually want to get him a key, and I want to get him a vulnerary. So let's take the steel sword from him, and let's have Lowen move back down because Lowen's going to open the door, and then Eliwood should be able to charge in and take out the bishop. But something else noteworthy about this chapter's design too that is so brilliant is that this chapter is really designed to cater to physical attacking units, whereas the last chapter was so clearly designed to cater to magical units. Chapter 22, the desert chapter, obviously magic units are the most effective unit types there. It's also something to keep in mind is if I move here, that bishop will attack me. So even though I'm in the magic seal, the bishop is not, or would not be. So we don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to leave Eliwood to sit right there, and no problem at all, right like that. Fantastic. Now, so that's something to keep in mind too, is that the game does a great job in balancing the unit types and the usefulness of the unit types. Last chapter catered to magic units, alright. This chapter now caters to physical units. Some chapters are good for flying units, some chapters are good for units like knights and slow movers, so it can be it's really good how the game tries to find that balance between all of the different unit types. I like that a lot. Now, something that may be a little risky here, but something I'm very tempted to do is to take out that guy from afar with Wrath. However, I don't think I'm going to do that ultimately. I think what I want to do is I want to play it safe, and I think I'll just have Florina do my dirty work there. Let's have Dart finish this thing off. Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to go crazy and then have some unfortunate 25% critical just stop all my momentum and end everything dead in its tracks. Dart, what are you doing to me? I like the fact that you have 41 HP, but just HP? You have so many stats that you need to gain. Dart, don't do that to me, man. Oh, that's so disheartening. That is so disheartening. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. All right, let's move Lowen a little further down here just so we can get a little more involved in the action. I'm sure Eliwood can take this thing out. Now with the light brand. Oh, can't double attack? Okay, good. I was going to say, can't double attack. The rapier can double attack, so we're going to have to use the rapier with Eliwood, which is fine. And we'll take out this stupid little guy just sitting there with Shine. That's perfectly fine by me. Eliwood get a bunch of experience, especially considering he's level 18. Doesn't have much to go before he's capped, and he won't be able to level up anymore until a specific event in the story. A little spoilers there, but he's the main ward. Of course, you know that his promotion is going to be kind of a big deal. Anyway, Priscilla's just going to sit there. No point in moving her inside the magic seal because she wouldn't really be able to do anything. So she's just going to sit nice and pretty right there. I'm also going to have Hawkeye begin to break down this wall as well. I want to ultimately have these units take care of the general, but I do want that wall to break down because if you notice, my party is actually forced to join up over here a little bit. Down here is just a path leading to the treasure chest, which, by the way, is blocked by 2 doors. So we want to keep that in mind. But anyway, Legault, I think I want him to go this way as well. I don't really need him down here. I think Lowen and Eliwood have proven that they can stand up to a general, so they should be able to take out that general just as easily as they did the previous one, and we should be okay. So we're going to just leave Legault somewhere in this general area, so that'll be fine. I want him to first get to that chest way over there, so that way I can get rid of all this whole row of enemies, and then double my way back over here, grabbing this chest, and finally that one. So that's what I'm going to do with Legault. That's my little strategy there. I'm now going to use a javelin to break down that wall with Clarina, and I'm going to use, I almost said Ross. I was thinking Sacred Stones. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use Dart to come in over here. Now, should I attack with the Killer Axe? Probably not, so I think I'm just going to wait here with my Killer Axe in hand, and I'm going to try, I don't know if it's going to work, I'm going to try to lure this Druid within the Magic Seal. If this Druid comes in the Magic Seal, he won't be able to do anything. That would be fantastic if that were to happen. I doubt that'll actually happen, but hey, you can dream. We can dream, right? It doesn't hurt to hope. Do not fear to hope. So I'm going to leave Priscilla right here, because Priscilla is eventually going to go down in this direction to meet up. So we're going to like trade units a little bit up here. Kind of interesting. But anyway, in the meantime, I want to have Eliwood continue to chip away at this wall, and I'm going to have Lowen use his vulnerary that I just got from Hawkeye to restore a little bit of health. Yes, I have a very specific sequence of events here that I want to happen in this well-designed, brilliant chapter, so much unlike anything else we've encountered before in Fire Emblem. And a chapter that you really don't want to miss, because this chapter gives out boatloads of experience with all of these units. Actually, I probably could have broken down that wall. I doubt the general would have chosen to attack Hawkeye. Look at this critical, finishing him off there in one round is Dart, getting a lot more experience, hopefully a better level up next time. I think he's my first unit too that has on 2 bars of experience. Did you notice that? His experience now extends to a 2nd bar, because one little bar on the battle screen only holds 40 experience. One thing I did not anticipate, though, would be that general coming up over there being so eager. That's fine. If you want to be eager, then I'll leave Dart as the only unit in range, so he just gets another kill on the general. That works out fine by me. Now, one thing that's interesting in this chapter is it's how you choose to approach Kishuna. Even though it doesn't seem like we're very close to Kishuna right now, it is impossible, unfortunately, to kill the boss in this chapter. It's just not possible. It's not going to happen. If you attack Kishuna, then he will disappear and reinforcement units will appear, even if it's on your turn. If you open this door, the same thing will happen, except different reinforcements will appear. Actually, more physical reinforcements will appear if you open the door. Magical reinforcements will appear if you attack without opening the door, which can be done with like a longbow or something from Wrath. So, kind of interesting how the game has all those different types of options. But anyway, I'm going to have everyone kind of hide behind Dart over here. I didn't anticipate that general would be so eager to come out here. Luckily, Dart didn't get hit, so I don't have to worry about healing at all. But everyone else is just going to kind of stand back here. I don't want to have Wrath get in range of any of this stuff, even though he could probably take a hit from this thing, since he wasn't able to attack the Druid over there. I might have him, you know what, I might have him do that. I might have him just sit here. This guy can't double attack, right? He's a pretty powerful sniper. But just for the experience, I think I'm going to have Wrath get in range of that sniper so he can get a little bit of exp. But otherwise, everyone else is fine just where they are, so no problems at all. And down here, Eliwood can finish chipping away the wall, which is great, and Lowen can continue to move forward, which will be fantastic. I don't think this guy has how much attack, 29. Yeah, he won't be able to kill Lowen. Lowen has 10 defense, he can do 19 damage. He will stand right there with his heavy spear and just troll that general, which will be great. And Dart's going to be right here. Fantastic. All right, let's go to the next turn. So yeah, see, it's interesting. We're not getting overwhelmed. We're not getting swarmed by enemy units. We're taking them on one at a time. But that's proving to have its own set of challenges. Look at this. Dart going to town against these generals. That's why I brought him. He could bring Lyn and Hector, the 2 lords. But it almost makes this chapter, like, I think their levels are a little too high already. Good level up from Dart. I wish that was the last level up. But, you know, it almost makes it a little too easy. I think they have enough experience right now. Oh, good dodge from Lowen, too, avoiding the general's attack. So I don't even need to worry about healing up Lowen. Oh, good, good. That makes things a little easier. I'm just going to use Eliwood with the light brand, and that's it. Okay, let's get a little bit of exp here. That would be pretty awesome if you get a critical hit and take him out, but that's not going to happen. Just doing it for a little experience. That's fine. Not much else is going to happen on that front. I am, however, going to use Wrath. Oh, well, I can't do that anymore. I can use Florina to attack here with the Iron Lance, and then I can have Wrath finish the job with the Emblem Bow. And I want to give Wrath a little bit more experience, so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. This guy... Okay, you know what? Never mind. Why do I even have a plan in the first place? Why do I even say that I'm going to do anything? I should just play it all by ear, because who knows? Random crap like that just happens all of the time, and then I get a crappy level up after that. So you know what? Forget it. Wrath just doesn't get any experience. That's fine. That's fine. Wrath is just going to continue moving in this direction to join up with the rest of the group. Does anyone have a door key over here? Do you have one? You have one. So you need to go down with Florina in this direction. I want to use that door key to open that door and do exactly the same thing that I did before. Now, Florina doesn't need to be healed, so I guess I can just move Priscilla this way, because everyone seems to be, like, dodging and doing all sort of stupid crap, getting unlikely critical hits and terrible level ups to boot, although my good one with Lowen, I'm happy about that. I'm glad that Lowen is turning out to be almost sort of a great knight in this playthrough from Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. He's almost fulfilling that type of unit, because usually, I mean, this is the first playthrough. Naturally, it had to be the one that I wanted to do for a Let's Play. It's really the first time I've ever used Lowen, like seriously, because normally either Kent or Sane ends up being so good, and they are used in so many more chapters, that it's worth it to just use them and kind of bypass Lowen. But Lowen is turning out to be almost a mobile sort of general knight type of unit, and I like that. I like that a lot. I have to still use the heavy spear. I may just want to wait. Actually, I think I am. I'm just going to wait. Oh, what is this? Support? I can support with Eliwood as low. All right, why not? Lowen and Eliwood support right now. Lord Eliwood, please forgive me, says Lowen. What is this random? I didn't expect this to happen. What is it, Lowen? You must forgive me. I had no intention. I'm sorry, Lowen. What did you do now? You've already infuriated me enough on this playthrough. What did you possibly do? We're General Marcus to find out. I'm finished. Through, Lowen. Perhaps you could tell me what happened. Yeah, that would be a little nice, so I'm not just guessing. I don't have all this guesswork. Yes, my lord. He says that this morning, you see. Did you eat breakfast, my lord? Did you poison my breakfast, Lowen? Breakfast? We've been in a pit. What do you mean? I'm not really worried about eating. I'm kind of worried about getting out of this ancient ruined temple thing in the bottom of a desert. Well, you mentioned it. I was busy. I was kind of fighting for my life. I must have forgotten. Weren't you fighting too? I knew it. It's my fault. I overslept, and now Lord Eliwood is gone without breakfast. Oh, God, to know that Lowen is like a worrywart. He gets paranoid over even the smallest things. Missing one meal is not such a big affair. Oh, but it is. I actually agree with Lowen. It is. This is the most unforgivable oversight. If the stomach is empty, empty too lies the heart. You know the proverb, he says. Actually, that's the first time I've heard that one, says this is just comical. Then you must remember from henceforth, if the stomach is empty, empty too lies the heart. Remember. Yeah. Eliwood's like, yeah, I mean, I didn't eat breakfast, but, I mean, we're kind of trapped in a desert pit, so there's a little bit more to worry about. All right. Lowen? What's wrong, Lowen? Lowen! So random. But good to know. Good to know that Lowen has paranoia. I like this. Maybe he should worry about that as much as he worries about his crappy level ups. If he got better level ups, he may not oversleep and miss Eliwood's breakfast. Maybe if that were the case. Okay, good. Getting a lot of experience there. So Eliwood and Lowen getting a sport conversation. How about that? I haven't seen one of those in a while. That was totally random. I don't expect it. But all right, let's continue trekking on in this direction. I want to do the same thing. I guess Florina is just going to be taking out all the magic units over here. Why not? It's just hogging up all the experience, but I guess I'm going to have to use Wrath or other units because Florina's taking everything. I have to use other units a little more in the next chapter, but that'll be fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Just going to have them all stand right over there. Meanwhile, this crew is going to come back and rejoin this group of units. Now the question is, do I want magical or physical reinforcements? I think I want physical because the magic seal will leave. Like, as soon as you do this, the magic seal leaves. So you don't really have the opportunity to like, you can't have magical units spawn in a magic seal. Like, otherwise I'd be like, oh yes, magic units, because no one would be able to touch them. But no, it doesn't really work out that way, unfortunately. So we're just going to keep on pressing on in this direction. Now, this little area, I like to use this little area as sort of a place to regroup and recover. It's just outside the magic seal, so units can actually gain some of their health back. Actually, let's while we're here, let's just might as well break down this wall a little bit. Might as well use the heavy spear, get a little bit of extra damage against the wall. Can't miss a wall. That's one thing that no unit can do. Is miss the wall. Thank God. All right. Let's use Dart to open the door here, and let's use Florina to fly down and take out this thing. I'm pretty sure it also has Luna, but with the killer lance, we can get 2 attacks, a 94%. This should go just fine. Hopefully no stupid crap happens. Well, except for that. That's fine. If that happens, that's fine. Florina with a critical finishing off that thing, so I don't even have to worry about Luna. Those guys with Luna are so dangerous. Luna, I already talked about it. It's like a broken tome in this game. It's so unfairly good that it's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, the rest of these units just gonna continue moving down in this direction. Poor Wrath. Poor Wrath didn't get a chance at like experience or anything at all. I guess I'm gonna have to wait here. Actually, I can move Lowen up. I can move Lowen up so I can get Priscilla in a little bit of a better position here to rejoin the whole party. I want to, maximize my turns, maximize the number of spaces that everyone can use, so I'm not just left with, just waiting for, say, Legault to go around and just claim all the treasure chests, for example, or waiting for something else to happen that would just take a long time. Not a good level up for Priscilla at all. Although Priscilla is on her way to getting replaced anyway. Like I said, even though Priscilla is very, a fairly high level compared to the rest of my units, she just does kind of get replaced. That's just how I end up always using her. She always does well. She's a great healer until Lucius or another unit has the ability to use staves. Then she just kind of becomes replaced, and I don't really end up using her at all. Anyway, speaking of a little bit more experience, I might as well do the same or a very similar thing to what I did before and have Wrath wait here. That would draw out the sniper and have him continuously attack. Now, he's going to have to keep getting healed over and over, but he should be able to do that with no trouble. Likewise, I believe this wall is just about ready to be taken down. So if I do that, and then we can get a little further with Eliwood and Lowen. I like this Eliwood and Lowen combination. It's actually working out quite well. Everyone's had a good amount of experience. That guy still has the steel lance, so we can just go ahead and do that right there. I'm going to equip the heavy spear again. That heavy spear coming in handy in this chapter. See, a lot of those specialty items kind of don't get used a lot, but then when they do, it's like, wow, I really needed that heavy spear. It really came in a lot of use in this chapter. So let's see. Let's just have Hawkeye stand down there for now. And now we have this little brigade over here. Legault's just going to continue in this direction, getting the chest and whatnot. I'm going to have Florina rescue and bring him back so we can get back a little quicker. And Dart is just going to kind of just begin his trek all the way back around the group. Not much else I can do about that, unfortunately. But I can move here and heal Lowen from afar. That's nice. I'm going to do that, actually. I didn't really think I could do that, and I can. So there we go. Get a little bit more health for Lowen. That's fantastic. And more experience for Priscilla, I should mention. So that's all good news. So now we got to get the 3 chests. We got to finish off these last remaining units, and then we'll be pretty much done with this chapter. Now, like I said, it's impossible to kill Kishuna in this chapter. Just kind of the way it is. Lowen with another level up. Come on, Lowen. No, that was bad. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, but still not good. Look at that Wrath with a dodge, so I don't even have to move him right away. I'm getting kind of lucky with the dodges, not lucky with the level ups. I wish this luck would translate to level ups and not just dodging things, but whatever. What are you gonna do? All right, let's open this chest. We get a silver blade, a fantastic sword. Look at that, heavy, but strong as hell. That's a good weapon. That's like an end game weapon that I will be probably using later. So let's just have Florina carry Legault all the way back over here. These guys just gonna begin their long walk back. I guess I don't have to move Wrath out of the way. Although, no, I guess I just don't. So that's good. All right, let's just do the same thing over here. I like this strategy. The Lowen Eliwood taking on the generals has worked quite well. So why fix what isn't broken, right? Eliwood getting another level up to level 19 now, and a pretty good level up for level 19. This is my level 19 Eliwood. I have seen far worse. So Eliwood, at least all my lords are panning out to be fantastic units. I'm very, very happy about that. Because in a playthrough, like for the most of the game, you're required to use your Lord characters. So if your Lord characters end up being kind of mediocre units, then you're just stuck with them on most of the maps anyway. So it kind of stinks, and I really don't like when that happens. So anyway, I want to use ranged attacks to take that out. Can I? Oh, I can now reach this guy with a longbow. Oh, look at this. Safety in my attacks now. How about that? Let's do that. Good, good. Because I want to break down that wall with Wrath. Look at this. I can lure that guy out and now chip away at him with the longbow. I didn't even think about that. I like that, though. That's very good. Very, very good. All right, and everyone else is pretty much fine. I'll wait till next turn to heal up Lowen because I don't want to use another physics staff. I can just reach him with a men's staff next turn. So I'm not too concerned about that. The enemies aren't going to do anything. We just really have that one sage left and then this little cluster of things in the middle. I'm pretty sure, right? Just the one sage, that guy, and the little cluster. So let's do that. Let's move you back up here. We're going to keep moving back this way. Yeah, I'm going to have the physical units spawn. I don't really want the magical reinforcements to come, so I'm pretty sure that involves opening the door, and then all these other reinforcements will come in and attack me. So that'll be great. Let us do exactly this. Can we have a Lowen take this thing on with a jab? Oh, not with his current HP, though. I can do that, but I need to give him a little more health first. I can have him healed up, though, with no problem. A little mend from Priscilla. We'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have Lowen and company take care of this thing with a javelin. Just with ranged attacks. Who would think chipping away at a sniper with ranged attacks would be the ideal strategy, but I kind of want to do that right now. I actually really want to do that, even though this guy can't even kill Lowen with 2 attacks. So actually, I'm safe in just attacking now right away. Let's do it. Good stuff. Oh, and he missed anyway. He missed anyway. This is all working out for me, except the level ups. Everything else is going fantastic. Why can't the level ups go well too? Oh, God. All right, let's use the Emblem bow. Get a little bit more hit percentage. This should be fine. Wrath, finish the job. All right, way to go. Taking out that sniper. Good, getting a lot of experience for Wrath. Let's see Wrath get another level up. Show him why he's part of the team now. All right, offensively geared level up. Would have liked some defensive stats, but I can't complain too bad about that. I can complain a little bit, but not too bad. Now this Sage is going to probably attack Hawkeye if I put him here, but I'm thinking that Hawkeye should be able to stand up against a Sage. I mean, he may get doubled. Will he get doubled? He has 11 speed, 10 speed. Yeah, but that Steel Axe probably weighs him down a little. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. 16 con. No, it doesn't. So he won't get double attacked. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to have Hawkeye get attacked by the Sage. That's fine. He'll be able to withstand that attack with no problem. It only does 15 damage. So even if Hawkeye gets hit every time, I'm really not that concerned with Hawkeye taking hits from the Sage. So I just wanted to move him up there a little bit. So that's fine. So he's in a little bit more range of all my units. Now I can come down here with Wrath and take out the wall. Then after the wall is taken down, I can have Lowen and Eliwood probably rush in and take out that Sage. Who do I want to use for that task? I'm not quite sure. But I will work it all out. In the meantime, while I'm thinking about that, let's keep moving everyone forward up here while I'm thinking about what to do down there. Good stuff, good stuff. Alrighty. I kind of want to use Wrath as well to get a little bit more there. If I do this, actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just wait another turn. There's really no harm in doing that and just waiting here. So I could, I mean, yeah, no, I'm happy with that plan. Just have everyone wait around. No problem. I can use Priscilla to give a physic to someone, but no one really needs it except Hawkeye. But, you know, there's really no reason to heal Hawkeye. I'm not going to use him that much, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Take another hit from Hellfire. That's fine. It's pretty... I like the Sage's animation anyway. Hawkeye just dodges it. He doesn't even move. He just, like does, like, a badass, like, little chest movement, and he dodges that thing. It's like it just whizzes right by him, and he doesn't even flinch. I love that. I love that. All right, so now Hawkeye can move out of the way. Now let's see. We're going to use Lowen to come in here with the... Oh, boy, this kind of hurt. With the Steel Lance, get a little bit of damage. Can I do the Heavy Spear? Can I do better? It gives me... no, it just does the same, but less damage. So let's get a hit with the Steel Lance. That'll bring this guy down to 10 health. And then with Wrath, I can come in with the Emblem Bow. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem. No problem. Come on, Lowen. Do your worst. Hopefully don't miss. No, I take that back. Don't do your worst. Okay, good. Oh, dear. I'm having way too much fun with this. this. I don't know why. It's just so much fun. I love this game so much. I love how it challenges you. Like, all these unique challenges in this game. One of my main critiques, I think I brought this up before, of Fire Emblem Awakening. Every chapter plays out so similarly. Whereas in this game, there's so many varied objectives and so many different things to do that it keeps the game fresh and it keeps it engaging and keeps it fun. So there we go. Wrath getting another kill there. Fantastic, getting some more experience. Look at all that experience for Wrath. Look at that. Fantastic. I like having Wrath on my team. I've told you before. But you'll see. You'll see how useful it is to have that nomad trooper. I should preface that with if your snipers don't work out. And notice Wrath using the Emblem bow now. Previously belonging to Rebecca, but holy crap, Rebecca was awful. My goodness. I've never seen such terrible level up. So, after all that atrocity was over with Rebecca and Will both failing to prove themselves as useful, giving Wrath the Emblem bow actually works out quite nicely. I'm going to take Legault from there and then drop him. He still won't be able to reach anything. So there's no real point in doing that, but we'll just leave him right there. I can use Lowen actually to get Legault a little bit more movement over here while I get Priscilla back in the action. So let's do that. Let's move you up here. We're now entering the heart of the Magic Seal, moving around to the middle here, looping in. And it gets kind of intense because, you know, I like the way this chapter is designed too, because it builds up a lot of hype for this central area because you're working your way around the whole time. And you see this in the middle. You can look at these guys and be like, oh crap, there's 4 of them. 4 of them in one spot. I can barely handle one at a time. And you're like, oh crap, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And it actually builds up quite a bit of suspense for this little middle area. So it's very, very cool how the game does that. Very effectively. I might as well mend Hawkeye, get a little bit more experience, and another opportunity to see Hawkeye's battle sprite is never a bad thing either. I love that. I love that he has his own custom sprite. So cool. I wish, imagine if all characters in the game had a custom sprite. That's just wishful thinking. I mean, they do, like palette swaps, but I mean, if they really were custom, like that is custom. But anyway. I can drop Legault there, and then I'll be able to reach that on his next turn, and Lowen can take it from there. So that'll be fine. Dart can move a little closer. So this is good. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be like waiting around or anything for a lot of my units to catch up. Now that being said, I do need to get Legault over here. Actually, you know what? I could just speed this up and have the magical reinforcements appear. I think I might do that because I don't want to spend too many turns waiting around just for nothing to happen. I might do that. That might be more interesting. It might be something that you probably don't see as often either. So yeah, it's worth it. Why not? I can use the physics stats to give Eliwood a little more health. I don't think he will need it though. So let's just wait there and let's have Lowen get all the treasure because treasure is fantastic. Look at this. Open up the chest and get get a berserk staff. How about that? A berserk staff. What that does is, oh god, that's a status effect that we haven't seen yet, and hopefully one that we won't see. It sends the enemy into a berserker rage, and berserked enemies will just attack whatever is closest to them. So that would be really funny if I could berserk one of these middle enemies here. I might try that. That would be cool. Let's try it. Let's see if it can even happen. I don't even know if it can even happen. If I could actually end up berserking them, or if Priscilla can even use that staff yet. She can. It's a B-level staff. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Actually, I might not be able to reach them with the magic seal. Oh, I might not be able to reach them now I'm thinking about it, because I think it's a little too far away to be able to hit someone from this far with Priscilla, because its range is magic divided by 2, and Priscilla's magic is only 9, so no, she can't reach that. But how funny would that be? That would be hysterical. That would be so hilarious. I would love that. Well, Berserk, yeah, we'll be facing off against enemies with Berserk later on, and it sucks. If one of your units get Berserked, you have to just clear everyone else out of the way. It's like, oh no. No. Everyone's going to try to attack, and we cannot let that happen. So it's kind of funny. You know what I can do, though, while I'm just sitting around? I can use Wrath to get a little bit more experience from this Swords Master. If I can hit him, there we go. Get a little bit more experience and good enough for a level up. There's no danger in doing that at all. So good. Get another level up. More stats going up. Would have liked for more stats to go up than that, but that's fine. Looks like next turn we're going to get that treasure. So that'll be great. Then I can open... Actually, I'm just going to open the door next turn and see what happens. Got to brace myself for opening this door because it looks like there's a lot of enemies in there. Don't want to face off against all those enemies at once. Luckily, I won't have to, but still. Something that's, again, it just builds up all the hype, and you're like, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Luckily, you don't have to do that. And Kishuna's going to disappear, so I'm going to have the magic seal move up as well. So here we go, building up to the final confrontation here with all of these units in the center. Legault's going to go up, Legault is going to open the door, and as soon as that happens, everyone's going to teleport away. And from that little area, we're going to get 4 more units that appear, physical units, normal units that are like very low level, and you're like, whew, all right, okay, I don't have to actually do that. Thank goodness, because otherwise, holy crap, that would have been a problem. So now it's just some normal units. Now, if you attack Lowen with the longbow, you actually get some magical units, like I think you get a mage, a shaman, a druid, and I think maybe another mage, maybe 2 mages, appearing from over here instead of this little group of enemies. So kind of interesting that you get 2 options, 2 distinct options, but now it just turns into a really easy chapter. There's really not that much left to do. No one can even reach me anyway, so I think I might as well put someone in range. Just make sure you don't get sniped by that archer. That would be disastrous if that one archer came along and was just like, oh, hey, I think I'm going to go ahead and kill Florina right at the end of the game after you've been through all of this. So that would suck. Let's just move everyone up a little further. The magic seal is gone, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's mend Dark. Oh, I don't have the mend staff anymore. I gave it to Legault, so let's trade that. Let's trade back for that. I'm not going to try to use the Berserk. Actually, you know what? Just for fun, let's see what my hit percentage would be on Berserk. Actually, 66. That's actually pretty high, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that for a rainy day. I don't want, like, these little weak enemies to, like, take out each other because I can just take them out myself. Yeah, they do have some pretty good weapons, though. Silver weapons, and they drop all of them? How about that? Dropping all of them. That's true. I think these enemies would spawn with like sea level tomes that they would all drop. So that would be really cool. But anyway, I do want to trade back for my mend staff. So I can mend up Dart and then be a-okay with that. I'm going to move back over here. And let's just end the turn. These guys are going to move a little closer to me. Good stuff. And then next turn, we can take them all out. I mean, they are going to be able to do a lot of damage. So we do have to be careful as far as that's concerned. Well, let's get that final chest with Legault. Get a secret book from the chest. Again, it increases skill by 2. Not going to use the promotional items for now. What I normally do when I play, I'm not sure if I'm still going to do this because it's still like, it's like the Let's Play, but what I normally do is I do use all the stat increasing items right at the end. Like right before the final chapter of the game. I use all my stat increasing items on the units that I'm planning on using, so they can just be like absolute monsters. I may do that, I may not. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. But what I'm gonna do first is, I don't have the Sword Reaver anymore, huh? I don't have that Sword Reaver. That would be really nice to have at this point, but I don't have it. That's okay. We're gonna have you go up here, and with the Emblem bow, these things are still pretty tough. With the Emblem bow, why not get a little bit of a start here with taking off some of this guy's hit points down to 15. These guys have silver weapons, so even though they're just normal enemy units at this point, we cannot take them lightly. Still with the silver weapons here, but Florina, look at this, flying in, can take that thing down. Now Florina will get hit by the archer. That's my only concern with that. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But I think I am going to do this. I think I am going to have Lowen attack with his steel lance right here, because Lowen will take that thing down, and I'm pretty sure Lowen could absorb the blows of everything else up there. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. Now, Eliwood can do it. Eliwood can do it easily, but I don't want to have Eliwood get attacked by like 50 things. So let's do that. Let's have Lowen come up here with the steel lance and take out this mercenary just like that. No problem at all for Lowen. Get a little bit of experience. Not as much experience as before from each enemy, but hopefully get a good level up to cap things off. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that level up from Lowen. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Wow, I am so happy right now. That was a fantastic level up. All right, way to go. All right, let's see if I can do anything with the rapier here. I could, but I don't know if I really want to. Eliwood would take, what, 15 damage from that thing. Would probably not get hit from that thing. Well, actually, let's do that. Let's take out this thing so that I don't get hit by this thing, which would probably hurt Lowen quite a bit. Let's just kill it with Eliwood, and be done with it. Hopefully it doesn't hit me. If it hits me, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble with Eliwood, but only 26. Okay, I got a little nervous when there was that pause there, but good. Eliwood able to sidestep that thing quite easily, and it gets rid of that fighter. Get a silver axe. I like getting all these silver weapons. Not to mention, this side chapter is so worth doing. It's unique. You get a lot of treasure. You get a lot of experience. There's really no reason not to do this chapter. Now let's just finally get Florina out of the way. Get all these units over here. Hawkeye can just clear out. There's really no point in having him over here. And let's see what's going to happen up here. I'd imagine they're both going to probably attack Eliwood. I think Eliwood should be able to withstand both of their strikes. So I'm not concerned about that. And come on, let this archer just try to attack him. It's not going to be able to kill him. Or maybe not be able to hit him. Nope, can't even hit him. So that's fine. Eliwood will be able to finish off everything up here by himself. And then it'll be the end of the chapter. So it's kind of a difficult chapter. It takes a lot of getting, there's a lot to go through in clearing this chapter. But if you just take it one step at a time, just focus on how you can tackle each individual challenge. One at a time, like I said, you will ultimately come out on top. And that's what I like here. That's why I like this chapter so much. Look at this. Wrath. Wrath can just finish that thing off. No, can he actually? I think he might fall. No, he can. He can finish that thing off. So we might as well just have Wrath do it. Wrath's level 15, 17. I'm seeing who needs experience. Florina needs a little bit, but I don't want to let Florina anywhere near that thing, especially with the level up that Lowen just got. I don't want to risk that being lost at all. Let's just use Wrath to take out the last unit, and then we'll be done with Chapter 22X Genesis. There we go, that's it. And I get a silver bow for all my efforts as well. I'm getting all these silver items for free. That's another good reason to have the physical units show up over the magical units. Get all the silver weapons for free, and that's it. I got all the chests. I got all the enemy units. That's it. The air. It's returned to normal, says Penn. I can breathe again. That's good. The magic seal has fled. What in the name of all that is decent is that? What the hell? It has human form, but it's not human. It's a magic seal. It's so weird. I'm just like, ... Oh, nothing. I'm sure it won't be that bad. That was a creature of hearsay. Its existence makes a ruin of nature's most basic laws. Magic? Not being able to use magic? Could you imagine a world in which magic doesn't operate? That's crazy. Nidian? Lord Eliwood, in this world there are many mysterious things that fall beyond our realm of understanding. Come, let us leave this place. A living legend awaits us. How do we know how to get out of here? Fence is like, all right, let's go. It's like, didn't we just fall into like a big pit? How can we just leave? How can we leave? We're just leaving. How does that make sense? Daughter of... Be strong. A little bit of backstory there that I'm sure won't come up at all. But whatever, we're going to meet this living legend creature. Look at that. Look at that awesome battle sprite he has. I brought them. Or awesome map sprite. Welcome, children of Roland. Okay, Roland. We've come from Lycia, old man. Do you understand? Hector's just like, Roland? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. We're coming from Lycia. I think I know. Thousands of years ago, a man and dragon fought on this continent. Yes, mankind. Okay, it's the Scouring. We know about that. Dragons fled from the world. Man against dragon. The war, the Scouring. Yes, it's recapping the opening that you didn't think would come full circle. Surprise, surprise, it does. The 8 legends. We've all heard stories of the 8 legends. I was raised in Sakai, so I know of Henan, the horseman. Sakai is where this person was born. Our country, Lycia, was founded by Roland, so that's why it says Sons of Roland from Lycia, the nobles. That's why he called us Children of Roland, correct? That is correct. And Daughter of Henan, yes. Who are you? I'm Athos. Many choose to simply call me Archsage. Athos, he was also mentioned before as one of the heroes that fought in the Scouring. Archsage Athos was one of the 8 legends. Holy crap, it's like meeting one of the 8 gym leaders in the middle of nowhere. That's crazy. If you really are him, you'd have to be over 1,000 years old. It's like, he's like, thanks. Thanks for calling me old. I appreciate that. The world is full of mysteries. Solve one, and along comes another. Before I knew it, I'd grown distant from my fellow man. Hunger, it knows no bounds, he says. 1,000 years. That's a long time. Thanks, Lynn. I wasn't aware of that. Didn't know how to count. Yet, thanks to such longevity, we're meeting here today. So I kind of like that. I like how this game doesn't get too in-depth into the why. It's not like why as far as trivial things are concerned. Like, how can he live up to 1,000 years? It doesn't go into the science and into, like, all the mythology and, oh, you know, he can live 1,000 years because of midichlorians and all that crap. No, it's just like he can live 1,000 years because there are mysteries in this world, and it's just fantasy, and that's the way it is. And that's good. That's fine. That's what we want. We want explanations for things that matter, things like plot and things like character relationships and whatnot. But we don't really want, you know, why can he live 1,000 years? That's not relevant. But it seems like a lot is going on. With my special power, I can sense danger coming, but I can't do anything to stop it. Same with Athos. He can sense that all this is happening. He can, you know, foresee some of the events that are going to happen, but he can't really do anything to stop it himself. Although he probably could. He's pretty awesome. One of the children of destiny. He's here with us, but something outside caught his attention. I'm sure something stopped him, he says. Let's talk about Nurgle. How do we stop him? Good question. I thought you knew that. I thought you were there. Yes, what can you tell us? What wisdom can you share? He's like, I thought you were going to tell me that. Your foe is, like me, no longer altogether human. Oh, that's troubling. That's very troubling indeed. It will be difficult to slay him through traditional means. He wields a terrible power. His endless strength stems from an ancient forbidden magic. Oh, this is not sounding so good. I don't like this. To defeat him, you'll need a suitable response. Response, says Eliwood. While he's resting, you must find the power to oppose him. So, as I was mentioning before, even though you have Eliwood's story, which takes up about 20 chapters, more than that with all the side chapters, this game is really divided into 3 distinct arcs. The arc of Lynn's story, the arc of searching for Eliwood's father, and then the arc of getting the strength to defeat Nurgle and actually defeating him. So maybe even 4 arcs. You might even go so far as to say getting the strength to defeat Nurgle is one of them, and then finally challenging Nurgle and the Black Fang is another one. Will you stay the course? Ours will remain fixed, he says. This is a road from which you cannot turn back. It's like, this is the point of destiny. Everything is the chosen one, and blah, 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 whatever. We've known that all along, says Hector. Stop telling us. We can overcome anything. You'll see with the power of friendship, and if we all believe, we can overcome any obstacle. He's just like, shut up, Lynn. Let me tell you what you have to do. So, okay, I'm glad that we know. Have you understood all that you've heard? Oh, we're going to get recapped. That's good. I don't want them to be bored. We are to seek out the Shrine of Seals in Burn. Burn. Isn't that where they were looking at Lycia, and they were like, if I see even the slightest crack in Lycia's defenses, we're going to attack them, so we're just going to march into an enemy country. That sounds fantastic. Great idea. No one asked the tactician about this, but I guess Athos' knowledge would supersede mine in this scenario. And you? What will you do? Pent and Louise? Louise is this other character. Nurgle, a magic user who rivals you, Lord Athos, and the return of the dragons, an intriguing story. If he rivals Athos, I have a question. Why don't we just take Athos over to wherever Nurgle is resting, quote unquote, and just kill everything? Why don't we just do that? No, I think we should go to the Shrine of Seals. Fine, whatever. Forgive the late introductions. I'm Pent. I guess we wouldn't really know who this character is. This is Louise, my wife. So Pent and Louise are going to join up with us. Count Rigley. You are Count Rigley, whoever that is. Who? Is he someone special? I guess we're going to find out. I was like, who's that? Yes, he hails from the most prominent noble house in Etruria. He's known as the Magic General. So yeah, that's why Penn was such a boss. He's kind of like the best magic user in the game. He's a boss. Burn's successor will soon have his coming-of-age ceremony. Penn and Louise are to attend as representatives of Etruria. Penn claimed that there was time to search for the desert for a magic artifact said to have been lost in the sands long ago. This is going like way back. A lot of backstory. You arrived shortly after we did. Perhaps something was guiding you. Perhaps the cogs of fate were turning in this direction, bowing to the dictates of fate. Yeah. My wife and I would like to join you if we may. Well, of course. That's fine, right, Eliwood? Will you send your word of your mission to your countrymen? There's no reason to, and if we did, that's kind of true. You know, I like that about this game too, is that we're on this quest. We've seen a lot of things, and not many people, like, we can't just go back to Lycia and go back and be like, hey, we're fighting against this great evil and dragons. Like, everyone would laugh at us, you know? And it would be kind of implausible. So I kind of like the fact that we're the only group that can really do anything about it, and we have to do it ourselves. And I like that Eliwood actually has that mentality of wanting to get things done by himself. He doesn't want to rely on you know, all these other people. I mean, he'll take help, of course, but he doesn't want to be like, oh, have everyone else do all the fighting, and I'll just sit back and do nothing. He's like, no, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to do it myself. We welcome you both with all our hearts. Thank you. So we get 2 new valuable allies. There's not much time. I'll send you to Lycia. Hawkeye, gather everyone here. Is he going to teleport us away? Why couldn't he teleport us here so we can bypass all the desert crap? Anyway, you are Eric, correct? Hey, I am. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. Fate blows a strange wind in your direction. Much rise on your shoulders and in your abilities. Well, seems like you got the best tactician around for the job. I want you to take this. It enhances natural abilities, skills with which one was born. Give this to whoever you feel will benefit the most. Don't waste its powers holding on to it. Use it. That's actually so true. This Alpha's drops. Another item that actually gives a little treat to the unit that uses it, makes them a little better. And another kind of funny thing, I think that kind of jabs fun at the fact that everyone hoards in video games so much. You always hoard all your best items, you always hoard all your best stuff, and then you never end up using it, and it just goes to waste. Thank you, Eliwood. Your territory is the closest to Burn, is it not? He says, yes, the border lines in the mountains. Very good. Now please envision a nice, wide place in Foray. Next, think of the name of the person you might meet there. As you say... Now, children of Roland, it is time to say farewell. He's going to teleport us away. You must reach the Shrine of Seals. There, your destiny's doors will open before you. Uh-oh. 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 What is this? Being teleported away. Back to Foray. My beloved. I cannot believe you. Oh, this is Eliwood's mother. I was like, who is this? It's Eliwood's mother. That's right. Every time I close my eyes, I see you at my side. That's right. That was pretty tragic. All joking aside, that was tragic. Your memory haunts me, and I'm filled with sorrow. Elbert, if by some chance you hear my prayer, please look after our son, she says. Well, your son just so happens to be here. What? Eliwood, where are you? He just, like, appears, and he's like, I'm home. I've returned out of thin air. Ah, Eliwood, is it really you? Oh, how did you... You startled me so. He's like, forgive me, mother. The Archsage sent us. What? You lost weight. Oh, come closer. Let me see your face. You want something to eat? You want to lay down for a little bit? He's like, we don't have time. We have to go. I heard his last moments were glorious. Though he's gone, he will be my life's joy. I know, he says. Come, let us make everyone comfortable. You all look in need of a rest. A rest sounds pretty good, but he's like, no, we must hurry onward. We're not here to rest and relax and whatever. We have to keep going. I know that, but for one night here in the castle, Eliwood, just for tonight. He's like, mother, I suppose. And Hector, yeah, one night's not going to really hurt us. We could probably use a little bit of rest. Who knows when we'll be back this way. Yes, let's do it. I'm so exhausted, says Hector. Lynn, thank you. So, looks like we have to seek out the Shrine of Seals. Hello, sir, you're still awake. I'm still awake after all this dialogue. I am still awake. You haven't put me to sleep yet. Do you know Burn well? No, nor do I. Nothing more than I've heard of in the court. Or at least nothing more than I've played of in Fire Emblem 6, which takes place, well, it deals with Burn a lot. But anyway, I'm sure that with all of your travels, you know more than I. Yeah, I do, actually. Look at that. They knew. They knew I played the game. They knew I played the prequel to this. Oh, story sequel, release prequel. By the way, Eric, where were you born? Before you met Lindis and Sakei, where were you? If it's difficult to speak about, you needn't worry. It's just that we've been together for so long, and I really know almost nothing about you. That's true. I am kind of just the avatar character. If you don't mind, would you tell me about yourself? I'd like to learn more about you and your life. Well, my life's kind of boring, but anyway, I guess I'm going to tell Eliwood all of my personal secrets and details while I prepare for the next chapter, chapter 23. I will see you guys then. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that. Happy New Year, too, if I don't get to post another video before then. This is Shadow Mario 41. See you guys next time for Chapter 23 of Fire Emblem. Ciao.
Good job. Keep up the pace.